In the unfathomable silence of deep space, with no sun and no spinning planets, something moved. It wasn't stumbling around aimlessly like space junk, nor was it dancing along the path of a comet. No, this was movement with purpose, detected not by a cutting-edge AI satellite or a billion-dollar observatory, but by one of humanity's oldest and most insignificant messengers, Voyager 2. A spacecraft launched in the 1970s, operating now well beyond the edge of our solar system, has picked up something so strange, so utterly unexpected, that scientists are now questioning the very framework of astrophysics. Because Voyager didn't just observe a fluctuation. It captured an anomaly, a traveling object or entity moving with a rhythm and intelligence that nature is not permitted to exhibit out there. So, what is it? A rogue anomaly, a new form of cosmic matter, or might it be something fabricated? Let's dive into what Voyager 2 just witnessed and why this chilling discovery could change everything we thought we knew about space. Music. Voyager 2's instruments are primitive by today's standards, analog-era relics floating through digital-age space. Yet, it was precisely one of these apparatuses, including the plasma wave detector, that caught the first trace. It started as a low-frequency pulse. Then came the erratic flickers, changes in direction, and finally, a sustained pattern of movement. But here's the kicker, this detection didn't come from within the heliosphere, where solar winds and gravitational noise can create turbulence. No, it came from the silence beyond, past the heliopause, into the space between stars, where the setting is expected to be flat, featureless, and cold. It's like hearing a whisper in the middle of a desert. Scientists immediately ruled out common explanations. There are no asteroid belts, no comets, no gravitational anomalies, and no dust clouds. Whatever Voyager 2 discovered was moving, shifting direction, and altering its frequency as though aware of its own trajectory and possibly of Voyager. Analyzing the data deeper revealed something even more disturbing. The signal didn't just move, it responded. At moments when Voyager's orientation changed, the readings seemed to adjust too. Some scientists suspect feedback, as if it recognized it was being observed. The behavior was imitative, like that of a drone or probe looking over its environment, not a drifting rock. But this is where things get weird. There is no known propulsion system that can function efficiently in interstellar space, not chemical, not solar, and certainly not nuclear without a clear energy signature. However, this object altered its motion without leaving behind any detectable exhaust or radioactive trail. Even more puzzling were the signal modulations. Unlike natural waves, which fluctuate based on predictable mechanics, this pattern showed timed intervals, bursts of energy followed by silence, then another outburst, with just enough variation to suggest possible intent, a cosmic Morse code or something far stranger. Naturally, whispers of artificiality began circulating within the scientific community. Could it be that Voyager 2 had stumbled across an ancient structure or a blip in the void? Or perhaps a technology so advanced it defies our understanding of material science? One theory even suggested it might be a cloaked reconnaissance device, an interstellar submarine peering through the depths. But speculation must wrestle with reality. If this is artificial, whose is it? It surpasses all known Earth-made probes and is too structured to be random debris. Some astrophysicists posited a more grounded, yet equally fascinating, explanation. Maybe it's a naturally occurring plasma formation that developed a feedback loop, almost like a rudimentary intelligence, a semi-conscious cloud responding to external electromagnetic fields. But even that theory pushes the boundaries of known physics. What's clear is that whatever Voyager 2 saw, it doesn't fit in our cosmic Rolodex of phenomena. This is the type of detection that forces textbooks to be rewritten. And then there's the location. Voyager 2 is currently in one of the quietest zones of known space, the local interstellar cloud. It's a region where matter is so sparse that even a few atoms per cubic centimeter is considered dense. For something to move there, and to do so with intention, implies either generating its own energy or surfing on interstellar currents that are unknown. But there's more. The path of this anomaly wasn't a straight line. It curved, dipped, and paused movements consistent with course correction. If it were random, by turbulence would not be visible refined behavior. Some researchers are now theorizing that Voyager might have crossed through a field, an area in space that reacts to its presence. Think of it as a cosmic sensor field, where entering it activates something else, a trigger. If that's the case, then Voyager did more than just look at something strange. It may have activated it. Astronomers are both intrigued by that idea alone, thrilled, and terrified. As more data came in, researchers began to observe a startling recurrence. Within the movement data, especially the directional shifts and signal strength, there were recurring intervals. These weren't chaotic, natural fluctuations. They followed a pattern that kept happening in groups of prime numbers, 3 through 7. At first, the team dismissed it as data noise. But when signal processing specialists ran deep waveform analyses, they found harmonics consistent with signals with a structured transmission that echo the experimental findings of quantum communication. Consider that for a moment. This wasn't just some object moving, it was moving in code. And in physics, when code appears where only chaos should reign, something or someone is trying to be noticed or is tracking something else. In either case, it is deeply unsettling. We haven't seen anything comparable coming from a natural source, nor has Voyager to ever reported the matter. These were brand new and, importantly, added intelligent. What made the mystery even more disturbing was a buried object in archived telemetry. When researchers compared the readings from Voyager 2 to those from previous long-distance missions like New Horizons and Pioneer 10, subtle anomalies started to line up. New Horizons had encountered unspecified sensor glitches in a region not far from the current position of Voyager. Pioneer 10, now out of commission, had come across an unexplained trajectory drift decades ago, one that was never fully explained. All of these moments had been filed away as insignificant or blamed on radiation interference. But now, when viewed in relation to Voyager 2's current encounter, a chilling opportunity emerged. This moving thing may not be novel. It could have been silently and slowly departing from the edge of the system all along, moving just outside of observational reach, and finally, for unknown reasons, revealing itself. After 49 days of constant monitoring, the object did something that sent an undeniable chill through every scientist watching. It stopped, not decelerated, not drifted, but stopped as if aware that it had been completely found. Then, over the next 17 hours, it began a series of micro-movements that resulted in a tight spiral. Not unlike a figure, the same kind of pattern we use to stabilize orbital observatories. That might sound random to the public, but to engineers and physicists, it screamed of calibration, as if the object was repositioning itself relative to Voyager 2 or to something else in the area. After that, a single, sharp spike in low-frequency radiation that was so precise it tripped one of Voyager's legacy safety protocols. The probe responded by adjusting its dish and the signal stopped. This has led to a haunting theory. Maybe the object was more than just detected. Perhaps it was trying to communicate, and Voyager responded unknowingly. Global theorists are currently split. Some believe Voyager has simply stumbled upon an exotic interstellar particle cloud or a new type of plasma-changing event. However, a rising number of astrophysicists have suggested something far more extraordinary, that the object could be a form of cosmic gatekeeper. Not a creature, but a living thing left in deep space to monitor passage through a specific corridor of the galaxy. The patterns, the pulses, the adaptive behavior appear designed to be observed, to interact, and perhaps to evaluate. Some are even comparing it to theoretical constructs like von Neumann probes, machines built to observe societies as they develop technologically. If this is true, the implications are staggering. We are not alone. In addition, we have been observed for longer than we realize. Voyager may have not just found something unusual. It might have crossed a line, stepped through a sensor, and sparked an energy that had been dormant until now. So, What exactly did Voyager to witness in the most silent stretch of space we've ever looked into? A drifting anomaly with inexplicable patterns, a cloaked artificial probe that vanished into space, or something much more thoughtful, a watcher, a sentry, a gatekeeper placed to monitor who dares to cross the edge of this cosmic territory. For decades, we thought Voyager was our only ambassador, stumbling aimlessly across the stars like a message in a bottle inside. Nevertheless, it now appears that message could have been received. Also, the response, a dim light flicker, a pulse, a shift in motion from something that was never supposed to exist. Perhaps something that was waiting. This is more than just an odd anomaly buried in data logs. This is a paradigm shift, a new chapter in human understanding, a reminder that with our satellites and science, we're still walking in the dark. And now, something in that darkness has turned to look at us. If Voyager had just made contact with something out there, the silence of space may not remain silent. And that means the issue at hand is no longer what was found, but what comes next. If this has shaken your idea of reality, hit the like button, subscribe for more discoveries that defy conventional scientific wisdom, and turn on notifications so you don't miss when the next message arrives from the void. Because space just blinked back and the universe is no longer ignoring us.